Please tell me we're live. Oh, I hate you so much.
And we're live because you guys are putting all of the good stuff in the background.
God. I knew there was a reason for me to ask that. I knew that.
That's the reason why we have a podcast, so that you all can talk about this stuff on the podcast. The podcast.
And the reason why we have a producer is to tell us when the podcast.
I had a feeling too. I had a feeling. I was like, I knew this was about to be something stupid.
I said recording though. You're joining the recording. I don't know.
I said, how do I get this live without Eli knowing? But he's always
because I know how terrible you are. So I'm like, he messed this up somehow. And I'm like, no. And I looked up at the corner. I was like, I don't see that live going. I feel like we're just talking. Let me stop.
That was good stuff.
Like, Nicky wasn't even stopping. I was like,
let me see if I can recreate it a little bit. So we were talking about the next 4 games of the Bears. Right?
Yeah, producer, do something productive. Go pull up.
So let's go over the next 4 games of the Bears. New Orleans.
No. That's not this podcast. This podcast is reviewing the past 6 games because on Sunday at Wingnut, we're going to talk about the next games. But this podcast is about the previous 6 weeks of our 3-2 beloved Bears. Eli, I thought you were the main host on this show. Why don't you do something instead of stuffing your face and lead this podcast? Thanks, guys.
First of all, I didn't even have, you know what? Anyways, Nico, I'm enjoying Chinese food because I had to order some, you know, they call it St. Louis fried rice, but I don't care. Chicago fried rice, because there's a lot of places that don't have like good Chinese food down here. We found an okay one, and I'm enjoying it because I am missing Chicago a little bit. You go frequently, so that's not me. So you can't say you miss it. So I'm just going to enjoy my fried rice, but you're right.
Well, let's talk about Monday. Look, you know, Monday was a big game, right?
Monday was stressful. Monday was stressful.
Look, there's no such thing as an easy win against the playoff team in their home court. Okay, I'm sorry, there isn't. Right? They're a playoff team. They actually probably improved in the offseason, and they were playing in front of their fans. There was no version of, oh, we're going to blow them out. Now, that being said,
you could have.
You know, if our producer can help us out with what Washington Redskin legend defensive back gave the following synopsis, that if it wasn't for the refs, Washington was going to get blown out on Monday, which I don't even know if Washington fans can ostensibly deny it, right? I mean. Obviously, the biggest play of the game the refs interfered in was a what was it? What was the touchdown? It was what was the penalty in the touchdown?
It was some phantom illegal formation. Where
you would really have to like.
He said Theo Bennett was lined up wrong, but like even on the broadcast, Joe Buck, Troyman, when they even called what's that executive head ref that they call in all the time. Even he was like, no, they got that one wrong. They just got it wrong. You're on mute.
Terrible producer. London Fletcher?
Nope, it wasn't London. No.
All right, go back.
All right. But yeah, no, they even called it back. And it's like when you're talking about you're taking touchdowns off the board, not just like a couple points. You're taking a whole touchdown off the board for some phantom thing. And it's like, based on what? I don't like this. It's just amazing to me when I see stuff like this, and like there's no like repercussions for it. Like there's no repercussions. It's just, oh yeah, we messed up on the call, so be it. If we lose that game, like for some of those things, then it's like, no, y'all need to get fired. Like y'all deserve to get fired. I know that the coaches can't talk about, the players can't talk because they'll get fined because you never want to attack the refs, which I don't understand that either. I don't know why that's a thing. Like. They should get called out. You call out refs. I'm sorry, you call out coaches, you call out players, you do all this stuff to them, but we can't touch the refs. We can't touch them at all.
Green.
What's his name?
Darrell Green. What's the legend?
Okay. Yeah. And so he literally made the comment. He was like, he feels bad that the Commanders lost, but they would have lost by a lot more if it wasn't for the refs. The refs helped them. When you're talking about offensive pass interference, which never gets called, never. And all Colston Loveland did was a little love, like it didn't even tap him. Like it's a 5-yard push off, which is legal. It's a 5-yard push off. You can have contact at 5 yards, and you're saying offensive pass interference. You just took 15 yards off the board. Like we have 15 yards on that play, and you said, "Oh, that doesn't count." Like it was really egregious. Like, and I'm just like, Caleb Williams is getting hit after the throw, but there's no pass interference. But you can't even tackle out the legs, and this man, we're gonna throw this. This like it was despicable. I was watching that with so disgusting.
When Daniels got four separate occasions roughing the passer penalty, which is 15 yards automatic, right? And the one that really irked me was when Sweat barely touches his helmet, doesn't knock him to the ground, doesn't do anything, automatic. I'm sitting there thinking, when did Daniels start getting the, Mahomes treatment? Right?
When they're playing in Washington. When they're playing in Washington.
Can I throw a stat at you that I find very fascinating? So Mahomes over the last 5 years has received more roughing the passer penalties than 45% 45% more than the second most penalized quarterback. In other words, he's getting that call almost 50%, almost 2 to 1 times more than the second most. So in other words, it's just more egregious look-sees that he's getting preferential treatment from the NFL. Us growing up in Chicago in the 90s, we used to remember the old Jordan rules, right? Michael Jordan, you can't touch him. He's going to get a penalty. He's going to get a foul.
But he earned that.
And, there was probably some truth to that.
He earned it.
But
I don't care. He earned it. Whatever. Look, he took a beating in the 80s. I don't care. Like, no. I'm sorry.
But let me ask you a question. Did Mahomes earn it, right? I mean, they could make an argument. The argument back then with the Jordan rules was we can't allow Michael Jordan to get destroyed for a season. The ratings will go down. It costs us money. That was always the argument. We can cut the hair any way you want, but he did get his fair amount of foul calls in his day. Mahomes is getting his fair amount of foul calls.
So you have to look at football, even though it's bigger on a national level than other sports. You're still talking about a regional sport at best, right? And so if you compare it to like baseball, NBA, it's a little bit. Well, hold on. Let me. You have a small market like Kansas City. They can only get a national spotlight if they're in this national spotlight. You put them on prime time,
sure,
but you can't put them on prime time, and you can't get that market without getting them to the Super Bowl. So if you have somebody who they put a talent in and they can get them in there, and you just have to push the envelope just a little bit to get them in the Super Bowl, now you got a national market for a smaller market team. And then you can just keep running with that. And I think that's what they're doing because they're seeing their ratings going. And then you got the Taylor Swift drama with it. You just add that stupid shit with it. And I mean, here you got a recipe for disaster for real NFL fans. I don't know. It's just here we go.
Well, here's my take. Obviously football is supposed to be a contact sport. You have the ball, the other team is supposed to have a chance tackle you, right? We have the most disturbing thing about football that's transpired over the last 5 to 10 years is, man, you can't touch these quarterbacks anymore.
Yeah.
And now we're starting to see this complete divergence of, well, he's one of the stars of the NFL. Now you really can't touch him. Right? The statistics on Mahomes' preferential treatment on roughing the passer It is clear as day. There is no debate. There's no statistical inference. He does not throw significantly more than others to justify this.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're starting to see Daniels get some of this, right?
Yeah.
And I'm starting to wonder, like, he's a second-year player. What did he do to deserve that kind of preferential treatment? And let me throw something else at you. You know, obviously, me and you, we went to go somewhere to watch it, but we missed an important aspect that game that we need to discuss. Have you heard all of the negativity Troy Aikman was flailing towards Caleb Williams?
Yeah, no, he got a lot of
It was
backlash.
palatable. It was palatable, right? He sincerely thinks Daniel Daniels is significantly better than Caleb Williams. Now, could some of that be because of some of the eccentricities of Caleb Williams? Right? The statistics don't support his statement, but Aikman's a major voice in the NFL. If he said they're saying that stuff out loud, I think we should be prepared to see Caleb Williams get crunched and no flag and the flag stay in the holster for a little while, anyways. I think that's going to be what's going to be happening for the next months.
So I was upset with what I heard from like Troy and everything like that until like surprisingly I was listening to Stephen A. and like Mad Dog Russo on ESPN, and they gave me another perspective and it's something I agree with because it was like the same thing that happened with Cam Newton. We don't like it because we're Bears fans and because like Caleb Williams, but at the end of the day, if there's going to be somebody to criticize a quarterback, who is better than Troy Aikman? Now, you can say there might be some bias or whatever, but you're still talking about a UCLA standout who won 3 Super Bowls. If anybody's more qualified, show me, right? And so I hate that he said it, and I mean, maybe I don't have to agree with it, but at the end of the day, it's Troy Aikman. And the reason why I agree, because I had the same stance that when Cam Newton was talking about quarterbacks, when he was talking about like that game changer versus game manager type thing, and everybody was getting on him. And it's like, but at the end of the day, it's like Cam Newton is very qualified to talk about what he sees from a quarterback. You're talking about a Heisman winner, first overall pick, and a man who put his team on his back and took them to a Super Bowl. Like, if anybody's qualified, these people are. So, and like, yeah, maybe I don't agree with it. Like, I think Caleb Williams will be better than Jaden. Like in the long run, I think if we look back on their careers, I think it will be Caleb. But I mean, at the end of the day, can't argue with Troy. Like, I mean, we can't. Like, I mean, I don't know.
I do sit there and wonder if some of this has to do with the eccentricities of Caleb Williams. I'm just being frank because there is no statistical evidence that suggests that Daniels is worlds better than Caleb Williams. It's not accurate on any.
I'm mad at the
I will
flamboyant.
say one thing. I want to put a question to you. Okay. Who were the top 3 players according to PFF on Monday night? 2 of them should be gimmies.
DeAndre Swift is going to be one.
Yes. DeAndre Swift had the best game of his Bears career. Actually, I read somewhere it's actually technically the best game of his entire career. But he showed out. There's no doubt.
For the sake of the question, I guess we're putting the Caleb in there, and then what? Joe Thuney.
Joe Thuney was number 2. He also had his best game of his career. There's a reason why every single time Swift went to the left side, there was a hole the size of Manhattan. I mean, Joe Thuney absolutely obliterated everyone that he went up against. Actually, number 3 was our oft-injured right tackle, Darnell Wright.
Oh,
who
yeah.
also had an incredible game.
He had a really good game.
He had a very good game. Insane. Did you see the? So I was listening to what's his nuts? Our Chicago Bear Hall of Famer. He's not a Hall of Famer, but I think he is. Our Hall of Fame center. Olin Cruz. Olin Cruz. So he mentioned something, and I thought would be fascinating. So we know in the Raiders game when Ozzie Trapillo came in, he held his own against their defensive Max Crosby. The thought now is because the amount of struggles Jonah Jackson has been having, move Darnell Wright into the guard and then put Ozzie Trapillo on right tackle, keep Theo Bennett on the left, and you might have yourself a little line here. Like you might have like a dominant line based on what we saw from Ozzie Trapillo. And look, I don't know. Go back to training camp, like, and see how large this man was. Like when you saw him compared to like some of these other players, this is a massive man. You put him on the right and put Darnell Wright inside because look, right tackle to right guard. They talk about it's an easy position. It's an easy position to transition to. You put him on the inside, and then Ozzie Trapillo just anchors out the right. Might have.
You bring up a good point. Jonah Jackson, he actually was on the complete ass end of the PFF grade. He had the lowest for the Bears.
He's been like that all season.
By some margin.
All season.
He's been like that all season. He has not been getting a good ROI. And there's 2 points I want to make here. One, for some reason, they actually extended his contract the second they traded for him.
Yeah.
Right? Now I think
that was a Ben Johnson.
Some of it has to do with manipulating the salary cap a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. But long and story short, they're stuck with him for at least another year. They're stuck with him, okay? And unfortunately, we live in a world where if you're paying someone, you got to pay them, throw them out there. Secondly, to your other points, moving Darnell Wright to guard. Darnell Wright had his best game of the season. This is not when you move him to guard. This is when you hope he stays healthy the rest of the year. Because from a performance perspective, he is borderline Pro Bowl capable at the right tackle position. Right? I mean, there's a reason why Trapillo was mostly at left tackle during preseason. And I'd like to see him get another shot at left tackle now. I mean, I really think that's probably the best way to go. And although I do hear you, like Jonah Jackson's been struggling, right? I don't know what the solution there is per se. But aside from the fact that let's be frank, the offensive line has improved every week. Mm-hmm. Across every single metric, the offensive line has been dramatically better than it was last year, right?
Yeah. No,
making drastic changes now is not doesn't make sense from a totality perspective.
I think it does, and then simply because, like I stated, like I'm not trying to solve the right tackle position. Like Darnell Wright is obviously posted his best time at right tackle. I get that. You're trying to solve the inside. You're trying to solve the Jonah Jackson problem. Ozzie Trapillo can't solve the Jonah Jackson problem. Like he's never played it. Like Darnell Wright has some flexibility on that one.
I don't know if I'll be honest. I'm not sure if Wright even played guard in college either. I don't think that's his forte either. I mean, if I remember correctly, he was actually a left tackle at Tennessee, but
at times, I don't know.
They moved to the right tackle for whatever reason.
I don't know,
but and by the way, Theo Bennett was not that much better either for PFF. Again, we had a couple poor performers sandwiched between two amazing performances at the line, right? And the totality has actually been in a big improvement over where we were last year, right? I mean, even though Caleb was sacked 3 times today, or on Monday, he's actually way below pace than he was last year.
He was sacked twice. That third one didn't count. They counted it as such, but it doesn't actual count.
Well, I mean, again, we could split hairs. I'm sure even last year you could split a lot.
I mean, I'm just saying it's not a sack. If you run to the outside and you slide down at the line of scrimmage and they called it a sack, it's not a sack. Nobody touched you. Like no, like nobody got you, D. You slid down to get bet to stay in bounds. That's not a sack. No.
Well, again, I'm not disagreeing with you because again, I'm saying compared to where he was last year, it's night and day,
Oh
right?
yeah,
The
that is
offensive line has
absolutely.
performed significantly better this year than it has last year, and look, the incentive is pretty high to just keep rolling it out as is until it doesn't work anymore, right? To be honest with you, I'm probably even more concerned about the left tackle position because it's like, you know, in under normal circumstances, your left tackle should be where you're spending the most money, and the Bears have done the exact opposite for some crazy reason. We spend the least amount of money on left tackle, and
To be fair, have we had the opportunities to do so? Like if
well,
we go back to the free agencies, like so you do draft one, right? And I mean, but that's all you can do. Where's the money? And who's giving up left tackles like that? Who's letting them walk? Like I'm sure, and actually we can go by this past free agency when they had the opportunity to get linemen. What they do? They were aggressive, like they tried to, but there was who's giving up left tackles. We weren't even supposed to get Joe Tooney. We were supposed to get the other one. We were supposed to get the younger one. That's what we were going after, and then that didn't
well,
happen. And then we get the center. So we were looking for him, but I'm sorry. When's the last time we seen an all-pro left tackle? They just say, "Hey, go ahead out to free agency. We don't want to pay you." That doesn't happen.
it does. You're right. You're right. It does not happen, right? There's a reason they get drafted first in drafts, right?
So, but I do want to talk about like since we're talking about all the games because apparently we're recapping the last 6 seasons. So you realize this is the first time or the second time in 99 years.
Last 6 episodes. Games. Last 6 games. Last
get 6 it right.
Games.
We didn't have 6 games. There's not been 6 games.
6 weeks. Shut up.
You do
Last
it.
6 weeks, you dummy.
You the dummy. Anyways, so we're the second team in 99 years to win back-to-back games by the same exact score.
Correct.
Have you seen this?
True.
Look, you know what's funny is, all right, so we were I'm fine with it. Actually, no. I don't really like stressful games too much. Like that's fine. Like, all right, cool. Here's the only thing I like about stressful games. Obviously, the great thing is when you win them, right?
Correct.
I just want to give a shout out because I know we're virtual right now, so we're not at the bar, and I'm going to do it again when we get to the bar on Sunday. People who live in the Dallas area, Bears fans, please come out to the Wingnut for that game because in those games when it's at the end, and our producer didn't show up, but we're not going to talk about that. That's fine. He should have been there, anyways. At the end, when we were all sitting there waiting with the lineup for that kick, and how it was almost pin quiet. And as soon as we saw that kick go in the upright, and that place erupted. You felt like you were in the stadium. And it happened the same 2 weeks ago when the Raiders, when Josh Blackwell came off the edge and blocked that, erupted again. That environment is such an epic thing. But I'm not gonna lie, the stressful games, it sucks because why? The years prior, we lose those games. Like we're the ones getting blocked. We're the ones missing the field goal. Like that's why those stressful things hurt me. But like if I say that, hey, right here, we're holding on for dear life, and then next thing you know, you see it go in the uprights. Good. Like it just feels different. It feels really different. And then I sent that video to you about Eberflus versus what's his name now? Ben Johnson in the after game celebrations. Dude, it's I love the energy. It's fantastic.
That's an important point because obviously that video juxtaposed Eberflus's post-game victory speeches, where he looked like
it was a seminar,
valedictorian speech at your junior high.
It's like a get help seminar. What is this? Like this is boring.
And then you have Johnson acting like he's an extra on any given Sunday, like ready to bite into a beer and shotgun it. Like it was the energy is absolute complete black and white, and obviously there is this palpable perspective that the players really want to play for Ben Johnson. Did you hear what happened to DJ Moore?
There's speculation of what it is.
No, there's not speculation. They put him they put him on an ambulance and sent him to the ER.
What do you think it is? It's a
it was a growing muscle pull and a really, really bad one. It's a really, really bad one.
No. It was worse than that. It was torsion.
Well,
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah,
he
so
stayed in the game.
they actually talked about it because they talked about it because so they told reporters not to announce it because it was a personal issue. So yes, it was in the groin area, but no, that man had testicular torsion. I don't know if can I say that like that? Yeah, that's a like professional term, right? I don't know.
But what does it all mean?
It means, I hope he had all
he
the kids.
ripped his balls.
I hope he had all his kids he was planning on having in his lifetime. But I digress.
His daughter is beautiful though. Like she's so precious and so cute. I remember on Hard Knocks.
I remember you saying to somebody, "It's like, oh, should I watch last year's Hard Knocks with the Bears?" And you said, "No."
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah. No,
I did appreciate watching the DJ Moore with his family right when he signed his extension. That was that was the one episode I liked.
Yeah, no, and like I'll give that credit. Like that's fine. What like that was a very touching episode. But everything else, like Matty Eberflus, his new beard.
We talked about it. Eberflus was the most boring man on earth, and I'm telling you right now, I bet you there's some producer in HBO that says, "God damn it, why didn't we wait till this year to sign up the Bears?" It would have been the season would have been again night and day, right? You had this hot coach on the market who has this crazy personality, and the second year of Caleb, new free agents, a bunch of them with much more significant personalities, and like I said before, the performance that I really believe, okay, put it in the non-Swift category was definitely Joe Thuney because, again, he's supposed to be the leader on offense. He's the new veteran, right? And last year, one of the reasons we kept losing all those close games is because we had no veteran leadership. And here we are. They signed a couple of veterans, one on offense, one on defense. Two close wins in a row.
Yep.
I defy anyone to tell me on a statistical metric why those are not related. I think they're completely related perspectives.
No, I think there's a lot going on. I mean, it's showing a different culture, and it all kicked off with kicking the Cowboys' ass. Like so, all this momentum has kicked off, and I don't care. We live in Dallas. I'm gonna do it because they were talking, and I was listening to Big Cat. He was on ESPN one time, and he actually was talking to Waddle and Sylvie, and he was like, he had this theory that if this game is like the get right game, that can have a snowball effect.
Sure.
And here we are. That game did so much more for this Bears team. Like when we saw them dominate the Cowboys like that, like dominate, not just like don't give me that crap like, oh, it's just the Cow. No, we're not doing that. No, because if the Cowboys beat us, them people down here talking about they going to the Super Bowl, just like when they beat the Jets and then they lose to the Carolina Panthers. I don't care what they got to say.
Can we mention since we're we need to give a little shout out to our Dallas friends. Can we give a shout out to Ricky Dowd from
Rico.
Carolina on a de facto revenge game? Right, he was the number one back last year. He had 900 rushing yards. He wasn't terrible.
Yeah,
tried to resign. Dallas told him no, thank you. He ends up signing a contract as a backup to Carolina. 2 weeks ago, becomes the starter. He had 245 yards in total offense against Dallas.
Oh, he was ready.
How do you think that makes
there's a lot of revenge games? Have you seen there's a lot of revenge games? Like there's been that like throughout this season. There's been a couple. Technically, on top of our revenge game at Washington, it was Jake Moody's kind of revenge. Do you know why? So
Because the wide receiver for Washington, the one they
there,
traded
there.
from, the
Debo,
one they got from 49ers, what was his name?
Debo.
Samuel physically assaulted Moody when he missed that second field goal in the first game of
Yes,
the year.
like knocked him clear.
Knocked him down.
Yeah.
Was not fined by the team, by the NFL. Nothing. Moody got cut 2 days later.
Nope.
And I'm sitting there like, that's horseshit. And I feel really good for him because, he goes, let me mention about Jake Moody. First of all, he's a national champion for Michigan. Third round pick. Third round picks for running back for kickers is basically like a top 10 pick for every other position.
Correct.
Okay. I mean,
You
can count on 2 fingers kickers who were picked earlier. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's a third round pick, national champion, went to a Pro Bowl, went to a Super Bowl, has one bad preseason, one bad game, and they tell him to get out the hell out.
You're out, bro.
After he was assaulted by a player, by a teammate.
Yep.
And I'm like, can you imagine just from a mental health perspective, what's happened to your head when that snowball happened? It's like, what the fuck? Like, I had a bad day. Anyone can have a bad day.
Had a bad day. Yeah, he did. But hey, look, he recovered himself. He recovered himself. Like it was no, I mean, look, I guess that so there were a couple of people were saying, and some other ones said no, they're not really. Do we have a kicker controversy again? Are we going through this again?
Well, that's an interesting question, right? Because there were
some people last time we had a kicker controversy. I hate
Santos does not have a strong leg, right? There was a reason why he was. I want to say he was drafted in the 6th round. I could be wrong, but I
don't know how.
Again, there was also a reason why Moody was drafted in the 3rd round. He has a very strong leg, and they're like, well, if he has the better pedigree and he's actually performing, I wouldn't be shocked if he stays our kicker the rest of the year. I will tell you one thing right now. I would not be shocked if all of a sudden this ailment that Santos has lingers for a couple extra weeks. We can't figure out why. That's what happens, right? There's an injury. Oh, sit down. Rest. Don't worry
give
about
it a couple more weeks. Give it a couple more weeks. Yeah.
He bought himself a couple more weeks. I assure you. Like, you got the game ball, got lifted on people's shoulders. I assure you, they're not planning on cutting him anytime soon.
What's funny? So the funny thing about Chicago, which I've always loved, and I've said this about like a lot of things. I think we've even talked about it. In the sports world, it doesn't take much to become a hero in Chicago. Like it really doesn't. Like I don't feel like we asked for a lot. Like because here's the thing, Jake Moody's going to go to Chicago. That man's not going to have to pay for another meal and drink for this whole week, for at least this whole week. He's going to be able to walk into any restaurant and get his stuff. Because I mean, that's a hero. Like him doing that, a walk-off kick like that. Oh, he's instant hero for us.
Can I tell you a reason why I think that might not happen as often as you think it will? Because and there's memes making fun about this right now. Someone's gonna walk in. He's gonna walk in somewhere, and someone's gonna say, "That's Mr. Trubisky." Fuck you! I'm spitting in your burger. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, Mitch, I love it.
I'm sorry. He does. If you told me they were brothers, I would believe you. I wouldn't even without a second thought.
That was hilarious. When I was looking at him in his helmet, I was like, "That's Mitch." What is Mitch?
No. Yeah, let's because it's also not that hard to be a GOAT in Chicago, and Trubisky's one of ours, right? I mean, let's call it a spade a spade. Can you imagine? I mean, I don't think there is one that's in our lifetime who's a bigger GOAT than Trubisky right now in Chicago Bears lore. I don't think there's one. I have to really think about it. Maybe Mr. Double Doink. Maybe.
Oh my God, he can't step foot in Chicago. He would get murdered. Actually, they already said he got like death threats. Like when that happened, he got those threats. No, he can't step foot in Chicago. There's no way. Mm-mm. No, like literally, like we go back to it. If we beat Philly, we win the Super Bowl. I don't care what anybody says because the road to the Super Bowl goes through who? It then goes through us because LA has to come to Chicago the very next week, and we already beat them earlier in the season. And then what do? We go to the board. Like the Patriots were not that good that season. And then so we meet the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Oh, okay. With the number one defense?
Again, I don't know. I
believe it.
It's still Tom Brady, so I'm not going to go that far. But yeah, I mean, look, hey, going back to what we were just saying about Moody,
Jake,
one bad day, and everyone hates you forever. You know, you could have multiple good seasons. Again, I mean, think of it just this way: the guy's got a national championship ring. Right? There's people from Michigan who live in Chicago right now, who saw it. So sit there and say that all of a sudden he's like the Antichrist. A couple bad games, like I don't know. It's being a kicker is not an easy profession. Like you're either perfect or you're either perfect for your craft or everyone hates you, and that's a hard way to live. That's a hard way to live.
Here's the other thing about the kicker piece. Cairo Santos has been in the league for 12 years. Jake Moody been in it for 3.
Correct.
I'll take the young lay over it. I'll take the young.
I'm telling you, I will not. I'm telling you right now, the Santos injury is going to linger a couple extra weeks. I would not be shocked if a couple more weeks, kind of like this one, they look to make a decision to switch over. I mean, there was a reason he was signed off the waiver off the practice squad when he was sent on waivers earlier this year. And I don't know if San Francisco's on our schedule this year, but that would be a fun one to watch. I don't think so. At least I don't recall.
I don't think it was, but no, I think to go from the beginning of the season 0-2 and some pretty stupid losses, like the Detroit one. I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen.
I remember having this discussion with you. It's like, oh, I'm tired of these close games. I'm like, well, Dallas wasn't close. Neither was Detroit.
No, it wasn't.
Detroit manhandled us. That's not an opinion. That's what happened.
Well, that was our
first game fault. The first game was ugly. There's no doubt about it. Right?
The Detroit game was our coach's fault because he felt like he was going to be bold enough to guarantee a win. Nope, don't do that. Not in this league. No.
And if you recall, we talked about this in one of our preseason episodes.
Mm-hmm.
The first 2 games were going to be tough, no matter how you spun them. I mean, Minnesota is also a playoff team. We had no reason to believe we were going to win by more than 1 score against Minnesota, and we lost by 1 score.
We still believed that we were going to win. I don't care if we lost by 1 point. Obviously, I don't care about it.
But here's the counter argument.
McCarthy should have not been able to rally the team like that.
We're in a part of the schedule where we have some winnable games, right? Now we need to have these discussions where we're going to
allowed
win.
to talk about the next winnable games, and I don't think we're allowed to.
New Orleans. I mean, look, if we can't beat New Orleans, then what the hell are we talking about here? What the hell are we talking about?
I put them in my survivor pool that I'm in, so I mean, we better win. I usually don't like to bet on the Bears, but I guess I had to. I don't know. I guess, but out of all the games for next week, I mean, come on now. Everybody beats the New Orleans Saints. Come on now. That's not. This is getting rough, but
well, obviously the Saints aren't winless. Do you know what team is winless?
Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Our good friend Justin Fields.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault. I don't care. He's doing the same thing. Now, last week was bad, but if you look at all the other games, it's not his fault. Like the man is trying his. if you have,
You
if you're in,
know,
if you're in a game where you
I
get
will
sacked
say this.
9 times,
I
nine
will
times,
say this. I will say
9
this.
times.
It is one of the most remarkable stats I've ever heard of. That this is the first time in NFL history the starting quarterback has played 6 games, has had no interceptions, and they've been winless. That's
Take care of the ball.
bananas.
But the man gets sacked 9 times. Like what
Yeah.
quarterback gets sacked 9 times? You actually, the funny thing is, do you remember when his first start and who it was against? So what's his name?
Pittsburgh. Was it Pittsburgh?
Glennon
Was it
got
Pittsburgh?
hurt, and then we put in Justin Fields, and he got sacked 9 times against Myles Garrett and them boys against Cleveland. And so it's like that man. I don't know. I feel bad for him, but the New York Jets are atrocious. Like they're just terrible.
I don't know what the problem is. I mean, this is an organization that spent 2 first-round picks in a row on tackles. They should be able to protect a quarterback a little better than
both
this.
hurt. I know the one what's it, Elijah or something like that. He's out. Like he's out for the season. Like they're
Rashawn was out for the season. Well, I'm sorry, I was under update on that, but it makes sense, right? I mean,
those draft picks are wasted. Like they're gone. Like you can't do anything about it. Speaking of those, if we win, or when we should win in New Orleans, do we start hitting up the trade market? Do we look at some of these players out here?
Can I ask you a question though? Because obviously one of the running backs was someone. There was a lot of rumors about Kamara.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
After what Swift did on Monday, do you care about going around grabbing Kamara anymore?
Yes, because he's not a workhorse. You can't make him do that every single game. Yes, I still want Alvin Kamara. I still want Breece Hall because look, all right. Especially
this is the same logic as the Darnell Wright moving to guard. You cannot punish a guy for having the best game of his fucking career.
It's not about no. This is just the way of the land. Running backs take a beating. They're going to take a beating. So if you're going to make this man touch the ball 25 to 30% of our offense, which is what we did this past Monday, then that means the wear and tear is gonna happen. You need a switch of pace. And unfortunately, what I've seen from Manungai, whatever his name is, that's not working. Travis Homer gone. Roschon got 1 carry last game, but we're not relying on him.
He's basically been disappeared from this. So
why not put in a Breece Hall who's just as explosive as DeAndre Swift and let's have a 1-2 punch, or put them both in the backfield. Have some fun with it. Who cares? Let's play Madden. I love it. Let's go. Who cares? Like Ben Johnson wants to put up points, and he. All right. So what is Ben Johnson's specialty? To make everything look the same but be different. That's what he wants. That's what he literally said in preseason. Even Caleb Williams, he said this is what he's teaching us. Great. So let's have somebody who can have the same personnel or even different personnel but have the same look. Why not? Why not? And a fresh pair of legs, I don't see a problem with it. I'm not punishing for it. You can still have DeAndre Swift, but let's go back to Detroit Lions. Has David Montgomery take anything away from their Jameson? Isn't that his name? Jameson. Yeah. Who's their other running back?
It's Jameson. It's Gibbs.
No, what is it? Yeah, Gibbs. Jameer Gibbs. Jameson is their wide receiver. So, correct. Jameer Gibbs. So, has David Montgomery take anything from him? No. There's a great 1-2 punch. It's a great do it. When we went to the Super Bowl in 2008, who's our 1-2 punch? Cedric Benson, Thomas Jones. Did Cedric Benson take anything from Thomas Jones? No, but it was great. It was great because they couldn't stop us. They couldn't stop that running game. Why not? No. Yeah, I want to load up his. Look, you already got like 20 different receivers or pass catchers on this team. Might as well throw in a couple of running backs. Let's have it. Who cares? Like, why not? You want this offense to be dynamic. I don't know. I played a lot of Madden. I just started loading up on playmakers. I don't care. What does it mean? Who cares? No, look, if it doesn't cost much, like, right, if you have to give up
by the way, that's also going to be an issue for someone like a Kamara. It's like
You said what?
That's going to be an issue for someone like Kamara because like the Saints will sit there and say, oh, "Okay, fine, give us a second round pick," and then Bulls will hang up the phone.
No, then move on. I'll give you a second round pick for Brees Hall. Yeah, I'll take that one. That's fine. Let's do that.
I mean, again, these guys are upcoming free agents. There's a reason why they're available, right? And again, it made a lot more sense before Swift had the game of his life. I mean, I'd like to see him if he could do that again. But although I understand, like, hey, bring in all the weapons in the world. Of course, none of the people you're talking about can play defense or rush the passer, which is what actually is our biggest concern. But
who's available? Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan's old ass. I don't know.
I hear you on that one. It's difficult to find pass rushers in the NFL. It's kind of like your analogy with the left tackles. They don't let them go. The second they got someone good, they lock them up and say you're not going anywhere.
I did hear a rumor, even though they just gave him a contract extension because of where they're going. You know who might be available? Good old Max Crosby.
Wow.
If they lose another game,
he would be ideal.
They're in tank mode. So it'll be crazy that he was asking for a trade in preseason. They gave him his contract. They're terrible. And they're like, just kidding. We're going to go ahead and tank. After what I saw him do to us, you can take a first round pick from him. Go ahead. Take the first round pick for us.
We'll see if they're that aggressive. I'd be fascinated, right? I mean, obviously. Well, let me ask
you, if he becomes available, do you not go for it, and how much are you willing to pay? And put him alongside? I don't know. Actually, maybe just get rid of Montez. Get rid of him. He's terrible anyway.
Montez Sweat is causing a problem for the Bears right now. They're paying him the 9th highest salary for a D end. He is not acting like the 9th best defense.
Has he registered a sack this season at all?
He's been awful.
Producer, does Montez Sweat have 1 sack this season? I don't think he does. And he barely has pressures. Like, he got most of his pressures this last game. Where is his pressures come from?
And that's only one problem. The bigger problem is the guy they signed from Indianapolis.
Yeah. Where's he been?
I promise he has not. Look, every day after a Bears game, there's a CBS article that shows top 5 best PFF scores from the Bears, top 5 worst PFF scores from the Bears. Mm-hmm. Dio has not even sniffed the best, and he's hit the worst twice. Right? Yeah. For someone who just got a brand new $50 million contract, that's not good.
And like the other thing about this is like we're steady waiting for Austin Booker, which granted they said he's supposed to be next week, right? So that'll be good to see. If we see him, 14 tackles, 1 sack. Okay, 1 sack. He had an interception? I don't know what game that was. Okay, I'd have to go back. I don't know what his interception was, but that's good. All right, so he has 1 sack out of 5 games.
Yeah,
that's not a $90 million man. I'm sorry, that's not a $90 million man. even when you add in the interception, okay, I don't care. Like that's not. Oh, you know what? I know what that sack is. They're counting the. I think that was the. Wasn't that the Cowboys game where he came behind them and snapped his hand away? They're counting that as a sack force fumble.
Possibly. I can't recall, but again, whether he did it in Dallas or whether he did it the first week of the season, that's not enough production for someone as highly paid as him.
No, I would appreciate that if Dio did that. If that was Dio's stats, all right, that's fine. Whatever, I'm okay with this. But you're not.
I'm not either. Right? I mean,
that was total. He had 1 interception in 2020.
Oh,
they were giving his total, but yeah, he hasn't had an interception this year.
Okay, so it's just the 1 sack this year. Oh, okay. No, 90 million is done. No. So yeah, let's go ahead. You could take Max Crosby just so we can offset the salaries. That's fine because I'm sure LA can't take on, or I mean, it have to be something. But and then give him the first rounder. Give him the first rounder. Who cares? Take it. I want a pass rush like that. He almost single-handedly beat us. No, get him. Come on. After I saw that, yeah, pay him. Pay him his money.
Plus, he does have a great personality that would.
He
That
has
would
a
be
Chicago
welcomed.
personality, dude. Like I've
They,
seen.
they would welcome in Chicago for
Oh
sure.
my God,
Absolutely.
you know who he reminds me of? Like, he wasn't in Chicago for long, and he was part of our ride. But Jared Allen, do you remember how his attitude was? Like how he
Yeah.
acted on the field. This is
I
who this
mean,
guy.
he came to Chicago late in his career, though.
Like, yeah, but he
wasn't.
still acted the same. Like he was
Yeah.
still like that, like mentality. He was still nuts. And so, like Max Crosby, I was like, if he came to Chicago, he would be loved in Chicago. And if you play like that, how you almost messed us up. Oh, let's go to work. And wait, and then you add that pressure with how many turnovers. You realize we're going into New Orleans with a +9 turnover ratio. And we have a +9.
Wow.
Like we like everybody's talking about our defense and giving up the runs and things like that. People forget. You realize that's the same stats that Lovey used to do? Like we literally had a bend but don't break. We gave up a lot of yards under his regime. But the one thing that we did, we were always double-digit plus in the turnover ratio.
Yeah.
We were always. And I'm like,
And I know for a fact
I don't care about giving up 150 yards on the ground if at the end of those runs you go ahead and peanut punch that ball out. I don't care. Like, fine, rush for 30 yards. Oh, knock it out. It doesn't matter. I don't care. None of that. Nobody cares. No, it's like there's
the old Tampa 2 defense. Bend, don't break.
Yes, that's it. Like everybody's talking about our defense, like how it just gives up yards. I'm like we got 3 turnovers even in that game, and even if you don't want to count the one where it slipped out of his hands, there's still 2 in that we got in the first half. Like I don't know. And the great thing is, Caleb Williams is not turning over the ball. That man has 2 interceptions all season in 5 games, only 2. The man is taking care of the ball. I'm not. Just give me a pass rush. Just give me a pass rush. That's it. And I'm happy.
Well, a lot of teams could say that. To be frank with you, I mean, what's the running joke right now in Dallas? If we only had a pass rush, Dak Prescott's been amazing, and it's true.
No, wait, it's different though because they're not even turning the ball over. Dallas just sucks all the way, right? Like they're giving up points and they're giving up yards. They're giving up everything.
I'm saying right now, Dak Prescott's okay. Right, so currently. QB7 is Caleb Williams. He's been having a phenomenal year. He's exceeding expectations. QB2 is Dak Prescott.
That's great. This is good for them. Hey, that's good for them. They're still giving up 400 yards a game, and they're giving up points.
Again, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just saying he's been phenomenal. And of course, now all these if Dallas is like screams like, God dang it, why don't we have a pass rush? You traded your pass.
I mean, just could you imagine with the rate that our DBs are picking the ball off, and you just add just some actual real pressure?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go so far as you probably looking at another 2018 Chicago Bears. Like that's what you're probably looking at. The amount of turnovers that we're taking, and you just add that little bit more. I don't know. People are like saying we're not this deep playoff run team right now, and I keep looking at it and I'm like, why not? Like why not? Like I keep seeing like I listen to 670, I listen to ESPN 1000, and they're just like one player is not going to turn this team, and I'm like, are you sure though? Like I feel like one like defensive end does make this team like a deep run, like that gives us a problem, like that makes us a problem.
Well, again, we are in the toughest division in the NFL. Let's call a spade. When we get to those division games, we're gonna start really defining if we are ever going to be a deep playoff run team, at least for this year. Because again, we saw what happened against Detroit, and we haven't played Green Bay yet, and we know Green Bay's defense is super solid. So. We still have a long ways to go, but we are a long ways away from week 2, where, if I remember correctly, you were about ready to take the jump and bench Caleb Williams. It's like I don't want this.
Moving on. We're running out of time here. Hey, so a couple things, just around the horn here. Rest in peace, D'Angelo, one of the greatest R&B. Well, made one of the greatest R&B songs. But no, I don't know if we're applauding that, but that's great. Yeah, we're just a little more. D'Angelo, Nico, did you ever listen to D'Angelo? You ever remember his song? How does it feel? No, it was actually untitled.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I have not.
It was just called Untitled.
Me and those dreaming eyes of mine.
See, look, that's where the producer comes in.
Are we saying that's the next karaoke song? Is that what we're saying?
I can't hit those notes. I can't hit those notes. Those he got a voice on him. Go listen to him. He got a voice on him. I don't.
He's great.
I wouldn't be able to. D'Angelo, but you got to put the apostrophe after the D.
And if you've seen that song, How Does It Feel? You got to take your shirt off. I'm
not doing that. No, you're right. He spent the whole music video. It was just a camera spinning around him, and he was just butt naked. That was it. It was wild. And then they put this on BET. I was like, what? This should be on Uncut. This ain't for
And the applause was for his contribution to music.
So. Oh, absolutely. Yes. Thank you for clarifying that, because I said rest in peace, D'Angelo. I don't think that's how that works. Oh,
I mean, but he was also suffering at the end, so I'm glad that he was able to.
Yeah. So,
okay, that's fine.
But in better news, so we celebrate somebody's life after death, and we celebrate somebody's life while they're still here. Look at that. We have a birthday coming up. Y'all know? You want to guess who it is? Where's the applause for that, you dick? He's a terrible person. Once again, a horrible producer. We do have our good old faithful professor's birthday coming up. What are we doing?
We're doing a whole day at Six Flags, bro. That's
whole day. Right. Whole day on Saturday.
I'm guessing. I don't know if Mr. Producer's going to come though, or if he's going to claim an injury and I can't walk or anything. Which I'll completely understand. I'm just teasing, of course.
Happy birthday, Nico.
Thank you, brother.
So we got that, and then obviously Sunday we're going to do our live show back at the Wing Nut.
Thank you. That sounds great. We had a couple week furlough there, and obviously it was during the bye week, and I do want to throw one thing out there real quick. We have officially our first podcast trade to announce for fans.
Oh yes, we did. I had to sit there. I looked at that trade for an hour. I was like, I did. I was like, I got to do it. Never mind.
Yeah, no. It was a classic. Helps both people's side of the trade.
Yes.
You were unfortunately suffering with an Omarion Hampton injury that may last longer than a couple weeks.
Yep.
I sent you his immediate backup, and you gave me an upgrade you gave me a small upgrade at two other positions for my trouble. Yes. So
I looked at that. I saw it come through, and I was like, I got to take a shower. So I took a shower. I thought about it. I came back and looked at it again. I was like, it makes sense. It's better than some of the other trades I've gotten, and I'm like, you know what? I can't do this. But no,
we'll save it for a different episode. But there is an art of getting trades off the ground, and I think the basic art is, don't send a bogus bullshit trade to start conversations, because that just pisses people off. It just pisses people off.
Somebody with good faith. I mean,
Bruggen, the backup that we're talking about, he had 19 points on my bench. I'd love to roll him out, but the reality is he makes more sense on your roster, and I was eyeing a couple upgrades at two positions that I thought were more important, and and if you look at the overall value prop, we both win that trade. So that's how it's supposed to work.
No, I think it worked, and like I said, I looked at it for a while, but finally I was like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna do this. So I try not to, but try to not let go of Jalen Waddle. But I was like, this makes sense. Are we getting? We're doing a little D'Angelo to play us off. Is that what we're doing? That is what we're doing. See, I see what you trying to say. It is phenomenal music, guys. If you've never heard of D'Angelo, go ahead, celebrate the life. It's phenomenal. You don't have to watch the music videos, though. Just unless ladies listening, y'all go ahead and knock it out. But yeah, it's always a fun time. Nico, I'm going to be excited. We're going to celebrate your birthday this weekend.
We'll see you all Sunday.
Hopefully, I don't remember it in a
drunk.
good way.
We're not going to be too hungover.
Exactly. Hopefully I don't remember it in a good way.
Which means I'll probably be doing the show solo on Sunday. So y'all come and see me.
I
at
will be
Wingnut
there.
on
I will be
Sunday.
there.
I will be there bright and early with a Bloody Mary in my hand, ready to go, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, that's the key. We'll still be drunk, so Bloody Marys for sure.
There we go.
All right.
All right, gentlemen.
Bye, guys.
Always a fun time.